Monaco creators, Lilou here. I'm in Monte Carlo, Monaco with Kate. Hello, Kate.
Hi, Lilou. Welcome to Monaco. It's so exciting to have you.
So good to be here. This is beautiful, obviously, all those magnificent boats, and I'm here sitting next to Kate. Kate is actually the owner of Stars and Bars and some restaurants here in Monaco, and you move. I'm interested about your story. First, yesterday we met. I organized this meetup with some wonderful people, and I was inspired by your story because being American and now living here, you must have stepped in at some point fully in the dream. I mean, what brought you from Texas to Monaco?
Well, actually, I moved over here when I was quite young. My mother ran away from home with 3 children, and we ended up in Monaco. She was actually a friend of Grace Kelly's, and so since she was running away, she came to meet up with her. So that's how we ended up in Monaco. That's when I was 5 years old.
So you grew up here?
So I went to school here, grew up here, and lived here until I was about 16.
And then?
And then I wanted to, at that time, I wanted to be a nun. And then
Is that right?
That was right. I was in a Catholic school, wanted to be a nun, and then I ended up getting pregnant. And had an illegitimate child. Back then it was a big deal. So we moved to London after living here and lived in London for a while and ended up hiding out. My parents hid me out for a while. And 2 years down the road, my father kicked me out of the house, and I got into the restaurant business, thanks to Dad.
Wow. And so you got in the restaurant business. I have parents in the restaurant business. I know this is a lot of work. Why did you decide to the restaurant business?
Well, actually, it was for survival at the time because I was in Texas. I moved to Texas with my son, and I thought I needed a job. So I started off as a waitress, and I ended up loving the business. I loved serving people. So I stayed in and just evolved in all the different, I became bartender, cashier. I even became a chef. I was one of the youngest chefs in Houston. And I loved it so much. My family ended up getting in the business as well. And Mom decided to come back to Monaco 10 years later to open a restaurant here at Tex-Mex. And she needed a little help, so I came over to troubleshoot and ended up staying here.
Wow, and always on great spots, because here you would see this magnificent, this is the whole pier here, huh?
Oh yeah, fabulous. We have the most beautiful location. It was really a blessing. The first restaurant I did was for the family, and then somebody proposed to help me open my own restaurant. And when I ended up in this location, I just remember thinking, wow, how did this happen? And I was talking to the universe and just saying, why so big? And because it's 1,500 square meters. And I was just so, inspired that this was what I was meant to be doing. And I really wanted to do something for children. So that's kind of how it came about. So it's really a family-style restaurant. There was nothing for children and families in Monaco, really. So we have a little playroom where children can come and play while the parents are eating. And we do all sorts of arts and crafts and games for them. And so it's and then it's also a sports bar as well. So we have a lot of sports celebrities.
I love how Americans see big, and we were talking with Madeleine. No, but we were talking with her. I was interviewing her right there, and we were talking how she was inspired by Americans, and she spent some time in America, and so was I. I wouldn't think as big if I didn't spend some time in America and do those interviews with Americans. It's quite extraordinary because you go for it.
Yeah, I guess we do. I guess we do. It was big, and everybody told us when we were doing the stars, they said there's no way, it's too big. I mean, people came up to us and said, "Are you sure you know what you're doing?" But honestly, it was inspiration. It was really an inspiration. I just said, if I do it with my heart, and I've always done everything with my heart, and I just felt like I know it'll work. I can't go wrong. And my motto here is do what you love what you do, make a difference. That's our motto for Stars and Bars. And it just seems that the more everything that I've been doing, if I put my heart into it, things just seem to evolve and work out and grow. And so it's been a real blessing.
How do you deal with stress or those moments of doubt?
I'm
sure you do. I mean, what an investment. I wouldn't even imagine. I mean, this is huge. How many square foot?
Square feet is about 15,000.
Feet.
Yeah, foot. Anyway, it's about 15,000. I deal better and better with stress. I've always been reading and into personal development, of course, and that's what saves me. And I know that this is my business, but this is my vehicle. I mean, I'm just here I feel like I'm here to serve, to shine, everybody says you brought some little light in Monaco, and I just feel like this is where I'm meant to be, and I'm loving it. And I started a little personal development course Thursday afternoons. So we do here on the top floor. Every Thursday we get together and read inspiring books, share videos. The first year we were studying Eckhart Tolle's book, New Earth, and we followed Oprah as she interviewed him on the net. It was fabulous. And so we just, not too long ago, Michael Beckwith showed up, so we had a nice little session with him. We've had Marie Diamond come in.
We'll interview tomorrow.
Right, I heard. So it's been a wonderful path. We're opening now. We're expanding into the Emirates. So we've opened 2 Stars and Bars over there, and we'll see from there. It's not that bad. I mean, we've been through some challenging times. I've had, that's another story. But it's really, I think, faith, and just is what keeps you going. Just what keeps me going.
How are the Monégasques and the people living here, or the tourists coming here? I mean, we see some big, huge boats, and sometimes we feel the disparity, and it's quite a strange feeling. I mean, for me to walk along the pier, it's beautiful. At the same time, it was like, wow, there is all this money in the world, and I mean, how do you feel about all this richness, those millions and billions here sitting there, and you want to change the world. I mean, you want to help. So how are the Monégasques? Are they philanthropists? Are they helping? Are they really there for other people? Or do you think things need to change?
No, I think they are there for other people. It is amazing, I guess, when you come here and you see all this. But then it's not what it looks like, and there are real people here. They're real people. They're enjoying their lives, obviously. I mean, I'm here, and people think but look at this. It's very safe. It's right next to everything. We're on the sea. We have the mountains behind us. I mean, it's just, for me, it's like, I don't think I'd want to live anywhere else. And it has nothing to do with the money and all that. So, no, there's some real people here. It's true that it looks impressive, but it's not as bad as what people think and say.
Well, it's good to hear.
Oh no, it's a fabulous place.
There's humanity and human beings.
I mean, Monaco raises more money per capita for humanitarian causes than any other country in Europe, at least. So, and our prince is very ecological. He's one of the global leaders. No, they do a lot of good things are happening here, more and more. I mean, there's just it's a fabulous place, and I think we could be a great window for the world because it's so small, and people do look on to Monaco, and I think with our prince can really help, make a statement in the world, and I hope I can too.
Yeah, and there's such a beautiful space up here with the view that you can create a lot of things.
Yeah.
In the future, I guess you have a lot of ideas.
Yeah, different ideas. I'm really waiting to see, what comes through, and more and more right now we have some friends who want to do a production company, and possibly do interviews from up here on this beautiful floor with all the view we have, and we'd like to interview people like you're doing, inspiring people, all walks of life. It could be the farmer who's growing organic food. To Oprah, I hope one day, because
Oprah, if you're watching, you're invited here in this beautiful place of the world.
Oh yes, we've talked it over with the princess even before, and just that would be such a dream to have her here. So, Oprah, we're going to manifest Oprah. So I'm just looking, and I'd love to have a little center where, like a little awareness center. Yeah. We're right next to a school, and do maybe yoga for children, workshops. Cooking, organic food, juice, fresh juice bar. So there's all sorts of options that are coming up, and I'm hoping to go forward with that.
Good, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for votre accueil.
Oui, merci à toi.
Because Kate speaks French, of course, but what an opportunity to do this in English too.
And it's such a blessing having you here. I just can't believe this is like a start. It's like, okay, this is okay, just getting started. So it's when we start our production company, we're hoping that we'll be able to interview you, and I'll be holding the microphone.
Yay! How fun.
Thank you.
Love that.
Thanks so much for being here. It's wonderful.
Thank you, and thank you for having us yesterday.
Doing as well.
Kudos to all the beautiful co-creators out there around the world. I send you much love. If you come to Monaco, of course, come and see Kate here at Stars and Bars.
You're welcome.
Quai Antoine Premier.
Quai Antoine Premier, right on the harbor, right smack in the middle of the harbor. So you're welcome, and with lots of love. And we have a big free hug circle, so lots of free hugs downstairs as well.
Yeah, there's a big circle. Who drew that?
One of my managers drew it for me. Yeah.
There's a big circle, this free hug zone. I'm going to
sign as well that says
it's right down here.
Bars made with love.
Oh.
So
everything is made with love.
Everything is made with love. It's just oozing with love, this place. Monaco as well, so come and visit.
Love it. Much love. Bye. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, sweetie.